More ore. Sure. No Earth-likes. No Earth-likes. That's what Inhospitable did. I forgot what it did for a second there. Inhospitable enriched deposits. Who are we going to be playing with? I'd love to see the Silthid once again. Hey, there they are. So this time, there's no Euphorions, but there are Silthid. So maybe we can do something with robots. Ah. Teleporters would be neat too. There's quite a few structures we've got on offer. This is going to be the structure run. As we have the ability to make structures in a single month. And we got careful observation. I mean, I don't really feel much for careful observation, I think. Although, it's actually surprisingly, surprisingly valuable. You wouldn't think it, but it does save you a bunch of time. Much like the better scanning does. Just because, all those empty beacons, they just won't show up at all. Time to roll Dender. Yeah, I'm not getting many Dender, right? We haven't had Dender in 4 runs. And looking at the total count, I have 26 Dender and 39 Bakar. That's a 50% difference. Wow. Never Dender. Quantum sensors and freeze resistant bolts are here too. Okay. Also quantum sensors. Would it be cruel when they didn't? No, that's not entirely true. Dender are good if there are no Earth-like worlds. For example, one thing Dender are really good at is terraforming. So you can make Earth-like worlds. You can make your own. I don't think that's much of a problem for the Dender, to be honest. In fact, culture works well if you have microforges too. Oh, lots of structures though. Orbital labs are back too. Alright, well, let's have a look and see where we start. That's 5. That won't do. Can we do these two? Don't think so. Maybe if we could do this most 4. There's 4 here. I think the 5 is the biggest set we can do. So we're guaranteed to fight planets, right? Because we have careful observation. There's nothing here that really speaks to me though. I think we'll do another scan. Try again. Maybe we find an ocean. Or 2 oceans. That's, I think, a strong enough start. The ocean is, far enough to the side that getting food in there and then making sure that we can actually get the robots for the food as well is not going to be too much of a problem. Also, 2 oceans next to each other. I mean, I guess. There's also quantum computing available. Flexible fabrication is there too. There's loads of technology. No way of getting more than prosperous though, so we can't get legendaries or culture or any of that sort of stuff. We could get everlasting monoliths, but we don't have teleporters or anything of that nature. We do have relays, so maybe we go with relays instead this time. There's a gravitic, there's a lot of good technology basically. One thing we could do is mass lensing. Mass lensing allows you to then get infrawaves for 20 less science. And typically having mass lensing plus infrawaves is not a whole lot less than having relays plus infrawaves. It doesn't really matter, it doesn't come up often that you get into a situation where you really wanted both the relays and the infrawaves in order to make the maximum amount of connections. That typically doesn't really happen. Well, anyway, we might just farm on the other ocean. The farm will also want an ore, eventually. I want to know if I can make a robot, though, before I commit. Yeah, we can. There's another ocean, by the way. Okay, new tasks. Get 4 robots. Why, yes. Get an ore producer to successful or improve our science output. I'd like to know if I can get that to successful. There is a... is there water available? Yeah, there is. 2 sources, in fact. I don't know if this connects here. I would imagine it does not. It's a bit unfortunate. I mean, we could make more robots, right? And that works. Forge roll to successful as well. I think we can probably get that done too. Right, well, we'll start off with these connections. Well, you know, they do make sense. Don't know if I want to make that water over there, though. We'll only be able to use one. Like, that's also good. And the water could come from up here. I think this is better. I don't know how we'll do this forge world then, though. Because this also needs to use its other ore. Well, it can, right? I just don't know how to get the forge world to successful then. What's up here? Is there another forge world available? Oh, there is. Well, then we should do this. There's like no question. It's only has an upkeep of 1, right? Yeah. So that's fine. Go ahead and get a successful here. As well as why not send in the extra human, right? Okay, so time to make... What are we making here? Goods, right? Can that reach? I don't know yet. So no, we've used all the ore now. Time to make a microchip too. Doesn't lava be in the way? I mean, we could lensify it, right? Yeah, we definitely want to lensify that. I also think it becomes smaller if you lensify a planet. Lensifying a planet makes it tiny. Well, that is possible, but it kind of obstructs things. If there were biomatter right here, it would work. That's a small signal, but it could be biomatter. It still could be biomatter, in fact. There's a Silted event that gives you biomatter. But we didn't get that. But we did get ore and chips, which would be great to make goods with. In fact, would that be good enough to get us a successful forge world here for the Silted quest, instead of trying to do this one, which is harder to do because the connections are longer, more expensive, and we'd need to find food for this, which I haven't planned out yet. If we want to use water here, which I do because that makes, you know, the Bakar happy. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this first. This only has 1 upkeep, right? 2 upkeep. I might want to scan once, perhaps then. Okay, not much down there. I suppose it makes sense, right? Alright, this should... Oh, 4 things just disappear, right? Immediately. Alright, I guess. You would need ore there, though, for the ocean world as well as food. We're going to need a bunch of things anyway, so... Yeah, I wouldn't really... Yeah, that's the problem. Although, there is food there. In the corner. Right? So... that solves the ocean planet. Which then also solves this one, if we get that. But we're also, in July, 7 out of 8, only 36 income. Have to pay 63 to do this. But you know, if we do it, we do complete the mission, which does work towards the Bakar mission for getting 60 back. It's a bit of an investment. What about this other side? Let's forget that for a second, right? What about this other side? On the other side, we have an arid. Which needs food and water. Water it can get, but the bots here are, you know, a problem. Yeah, I don't see my... I mean, I can quite easily do the Bakar, right? I just don't see the Silthid one being doable at all right now. Maybe this one, right? It's a desert. Well, that doesn't help. What about that? That works. I think that's a whole lot cheaper than investing... This is 60 difference. That's so much money, right? Because gather everything you can use is available. That is usually the thing you want. In fact, it's the thing I want right now. Okay, we'll go over near the end of the year. We'll pay the 8 for the 2 extra months we get. I think it's okay. Do we want to do that in another order? Not necessarily. Go ahead and unlock this as well. Yeah, look, another set of things, right? Although maybe we'll pay the price here. You do get a bit of income from this, right? It is 5 income, but you know, you pay 57 for it, so it's an expensive 5 income. Okay, not bad. We might be able to actually do some microforging here. First off though, I might want to look up here too if there's... Yeah, there's no way to... If I did this farm, there's no way to use it, so... Perhaps you go with this farm instead then. There is a way to get that at the very least. Alright. Goods output. Chip input. Silthid task complete. And I guess we'll asteroid. 52 money. Okay, not bad. Now the Bakar. Well, I mean, just do the simple thing, right? Prosperous. Okay. Well, maybe a little overkill, but sure. Okay. What I'm noticing is lots of available people. Right, we have 3 people producing plants and they all have extra humans available. In a large quantity too. So one thing we could do with that is simply get 2 more ore producing plants successful. Yeah, I don't know about that. I guess we'll invent a technology. We could make 6 chips eventually. How long is it going to take to make 2 ore worlds successful though? I'd imagine quite a long time. Especially if the one you've got is already, you know, struggling to get there. I'll do those things. Anyway, since we've got full science now, we can get the quantum sensors. There's also freeze resistant bots. You can go here. Which one do we go for first? Like, can't freeze-resistant bolts do something for us here? We can get a human into a water. Over here. That can go left. Then the bot into water can go up here. Go right. And we get spare water as well, which could go into a science lab in the middle. So I think that's a good tech to get. For that alone, right? So we'll get that first. That completes the Vittori task. I'll go ahead and get a scavenger world, which gets robots. One of which can go ahead and make this food planet no longer struggling. So we only have one struggling planet. And then, you know, we could get... I think we'll get this one first because it's cheaper to run. One can go left, one can go right. Program for smelting, two-way trade. Right. And it, you know, makes this planet quite happy. And then we can squeeze in a laboratory. With 3 signs on it. So that's 71 money. There might be an argument to be made to just get the money. 77 if I do it before we get the lab. We're at 14 planets, so our income's going to go down because of empire size soon. This is a very good moment to cash in, essentially. So I could make bolts here out of that stuff here. I don't know. How good would a microchip lab be? I'm of course thinking about extreme miniaturization, which can make your microchips labs quite strong in various ways. It's also this which could make water, but meh. How are we going to make 6 chips? That's a real good question, isn't it? Why don't I actually found this planet? It's only part of most things we could do. And we can check this out much better. Okay. I would guess that a colony here is required. I would hazard a guess at that. And then the bot factory over there. And now I have 2 ore here and 2 ore there, which all of that could become microchip. Alright, so we could build a lot of microforges basically. The thing is, we kind of need a boost in science in order to afford those microforges. Right, we can get there right now. Quantum computing is also available for our perusal. One other method though would be just lab up some ore. Right, we don't need to use every ore for microchips. We can use one of the ores for a lab and get a two-way trade at the same time. That wouldn't be terrible. Let's also look up here if there isn't anything, any way we can get some bolts. And there is. Quite a good way too, because we can get this up as well. Making the food happen, it just needs the water. You see a good way of making that happen as well. At least not without advanced technologies. Because it's already using its... it also needs to use its biometer in some way. One thing we could also do is just lab up the biometer. Wouldn't that be better than trying to lab the ore? That's simpler. Do I want to connect in the ocean as well immediately? I don't need to. I think it's cheaper. Better to go cheap. We still got another 3 science, so that's 6 already. I could decide to lab up ore too if I want to. I don't think we necessarily want to do that though. There might be another place where there's going to be lots of robots too. Well, in any case, I want to see what's behind here. Because I would like to unlock this in some way, but it's hard to do. Because of the possibility of getting a robot for you. If we can get an additional robot, we can actually get the water. Because right now it will not become more than just successful. Or just, sorry, just established. It needs another robot. That's the hard part. All of that's out of range. We can't even lensify to get this robot in there. You would need like infraways and things. This goods plant is positioned excellently, right? Although that's going to be another thing I want to do because of microchip things. I do want to get this though. Wait, can I not just do that though? Can I not just make water in permafrost melting here? That does make a lot of sense, doesn't it? And there we go. We even got an extra water input here, so make it prosperous later on. And all this needs is some food. It shouldn't be hard. There we go. Then we could put in the lab for the chips, but I don't think I want to do that yet. Because it would be a bit too expensive. Uh, 20 science, right? 21 for that. Yeah, the chips are... Well, anyway, we'll make the boss first. What are you at? 5%. Right. Okay. Let's fix that. We got no other struggling planets this time, so that's nice. It's a nice thing about this start. But we don't quite have the money to do, you know, all the orbital lamps in the world. Is that 20 each, right? They do cost 20 each. I mean, we could do graphitic mining and that. I'll try to get everything. I don't know about that. It might be possible. We still had 8 science from the Vittori as well. I don't have any of the tier 2s yet. So yeah, getting that mission, right? That would be kind of... Maybe we should make that more of a priority, really, than I'm doing right now. So not seeing many places where we'd want to make a ton of microchips. Right now it's just a thing. So I'm just thinking, like, well, maybe we just go for the extreme miniaturization and the creative AI and skip these two. And just go for tier 2 tech, and then go for late game tech instead of trying to go for anything else, really. That would make some sense. Where did I put it? There they go. Yeah. Huh. It's a tough one to think about. Perhaps we look up here. This is an area where we could really want microchips, potentially. But there are none, right? Yeah, there basically are none, so... Oh, great. I could also look up here, though. We get 4 more results, but... None of these are chip producers. Exactly 0. What about down here? Also 0. Yeah, we're going to have to wait for microforges. There's also no... I would like 1 more point of science, right? Because otherwise it would be 1 extra year before we get them. I suppose I could just colonize this. Just like do this, that, and that. I mean, that tells us something about wanting to get some chips everywhere, right? And then this, that, and that. Sure, we can get that later. Look at the 23 plants, which actually is exactly where I want to be. And we're going to skip asteroid tech too, so I might as well. Extreme miniaturization is here. Right. So, we'll start with this. And then microforge number 1. Send out 2 chips, one of which goes there and one which goes there, I suppose. And then you have microforge number 2, which will also make 2 chips, one of which goes into the lab. And get microforge number 3, which will also make 2 chips, one of which goes into the lab. Although I can hold that off because we might get increase our science by something, right? Instead we get invent too many technologies, which is okay. And get some ore producing successful or make 8 more chips. I mean, while we're going, we can make 8 more chips, I suppose. I don't think it's too much of a stretch to just put another one in. Yeah. That's 2 of them. And I suppose I could also make some over here. Yeah. Makes lots of chips, right? And the beautiful part is these are not terrible at making money. Not at all. I think quantum computing is the next tech. It'll make 6 science, straight up. I don't have to do anything for it. I don't think we even need to make this lab any much more bigger. We don't need to embiggen it anymore. Does this make more ore? It does. So we could build more microforge there. Make it prosperous, and that would make us quite a bit of money. Oh, it wouldn't, because it doesn't have enough partners? Oh yeah, it needs this one to become... How am I getting that? Well, maybe we don't then, because otherwise we would literally be unable to make this prosperous in any way, shape or form. Because there are too many structures around, and structures don't count towards partners. Like I want to make like a good here, right, for this one, with improved extreme miniaturization, which we probably want to get with this many microforges and this many uses for ore and this much ore. The beautiful thing about microforges is they provide a use for ore. An infinite use for ore, in fact. So yeah, that's the nice part. The hard part, well, getting to use that, right? Now, one thing we could do is we could make some more minerals here. Or I could make some goods out of minerals. Upgrade you. I don't know how much that would help. Like, it would give this thing its final partner, but it will need to go over here to get biomatter in order to become in any way prosperous. And it would need to output one more food as well, right? Don't forget that too. That too. Oh, this ice ball's in the way. It's awfully in the way. As is that mineral, actually. Everything's in each other's way. Oh no. I mean, one thing we could do is make another microforge. Like with this connection, then that could output a chip as well as in here. In 2 directions. But yeah, that cuts it off, so also it's out of range, so we would need that as well as that. And that's all, that forms a closed loop, right? With the microforge. Because of the extra robot. It does get us closer to the silver tech as well. Don't know if I don't want asteroid tech, but I don't think we can. No, we can't really. There's 41 available there too, so we could just take that money. Are we going to get higher income than 56 if we do this? I mean, we could just set it up and see what happens, right? Hold on. This one's 2 a year, this one's 1 a year, this one's also 1 a year. So we should set up these 2 first. Still got 50. What was our income at? Like 56 or something, right? See if we can get back there. Well, not quite, right? Yeah, I think our income is highest right now for quite a while, so we'll take the 41. Reason being, of course, yeah. Alright, another thing we could do is pick up orbital labs anyway. There are still 2 places where you could put them down. But I don't think we can really afford them. And there's no real need to. At least I don't think so. We can always use humans in various places. Like we could build infraways and stuff for them. Much later on. I think we'll go for quantum computing. And skip the orbital labs. They're a bit too expensive to build, really, this run. Plus, you know, if you have the choice, then why not, right? So we got the money. We'll take our colony and our farm. We'll go ahead and fix them all up. Let's pick up the quantum computing as one of our techs. Right? Or do we still pick up graphitic mining? I mean, graphitic mining... It'll still make quite a bit of money is the thing. And there are no big money techs in the future at all. Like, it might just be necessary, really. There's like quite a few good ones. And it doesn't matter, like, with regards to getting quantum computing any quicker or slower. Yeah, if I can get the technology bonus right now, And we can go on with like self-hosting AI, full excavation, flexible fabrication quite quickly. Right? And then, you know, things like additional microforges. All right. Well, not bad. But all the things we might want or need. This one, right? That does make sense to do. We got a two-way trade out of the water too. But before I do, can we like make some microforges somewhere? Because the Sylphid wants one more chip. The Sylphid do want one more chip. Where are we going to get that chip? Well, I don't know. Maybe in this into this lab, but I think we've done quite enough chips in that lab. They're quite sufficient amount. Like I would like to use one more for a robot for here, for example, to make it prosperous. And I would like to use the other one for a good in here to make it prosperous. Right. And perhaps also another robot. In there somehow to make it prosperous. Or at least successful. Can we get people as robots? That's a good question. We can't. We can't get void synthesis. Which kind of allows us to create as many things as we possibly want, actually. Like with void synthesis, we can make a structure that makes something out of nothing. And we can use that to make more chips for this lab, I suppose. Or typically just to make more ore, right? And to make more things. We can just make infinite stuff, basically, out of nowhere. With microforges and that. Just funny. Certainly. Again, we can get 6 more science. Is that worth it? It typically is, right? Up to 27 science. You know, we'll probably want to pick up full excavation. I could just build a microforge, to be honest. I wonder if I just should. What about one over here? We'll probably be able to use it for 2 things, like one into another microforge and the other one into this one up here. Yeah, these only take 1 month to build. Right, that's a beautiful part. Make 8 more ore, huh? Huh. Or 9 more robots. And we'll get a remnant of prosperous, right? And don't think about making ore and or robots. I guess robots probably might be okay to take. We'll definitely want some, although there's a bunch available is the thing. We'll also be making more ore, but I don't think we'll be making like 8 more. Oh, but it does have 60 money on it, right? I guess I'll take the ore quest then. At the very least, this one will be one that we'll be doing. Anyway, let's get this up then. Because it is 27 science. And then we'll scan somewhere, because we have this 1 more month. And I don't want to use asteroids at all until we get the final upgrade. Which reasons for that should also be obvious. So can I fix you up in some way? You need food and biomatter. I don't know how to get that. Well, I do know how to get biomatter, I suppose, with like a relay and upgraded thing and a bunch of other stuff. But that's pretty difficult that way. So I guess we can't, really. We'll have one thing that will bleed this time. Not super awesome, but it'll be okay. I guess this one, right? We'll make goods here. I'll explore down here anyway, though. I guess this solves it. Just the simple, direct way. Or is that just slightly out of range? No, it's just obstructed. Okay, good. Let's get full excavation. Let's get started with just using asteroids for making our money. Okay. And then that. And we get 48. And that. So if I do so. Out of range, okay. Fine. Have it your way. Still good, right? Don't want to build a lab. We have chips, things, and water. We don't have bolts yet, and we don't have ore yet. I don't think I want to do ore lab at all, because in general, doing that's not a good idea if you have microforge-based economy. Ore is kind of not the thing to lab, basically. This thing will make one more bot as well. So if we do a bot lab, it should probably be over here. With this colony over here. Will that pop you to Prosperous actually? Yeah, if you get another import too, then you will. As long as it's successful. It shouldn't be too hard. Is it? Is it though? Let's review that statement. It might be. It might be too hard actually. It's like this one won't make any more water, so we won't be able to do this connection. And this one doesn't have enough partners. That one is missing a lot of stuff. I mean, it can send a good back, right, I suppose, right? It can also get a water and then it becomes successful, but it won't go past that. There's no that major nonsense going on. It can get a water from there as well, right? So I guess we can get it to 5 things. Can it connect like this? No, that's obstructed. We already saw that. So if it could do that, then we would have been able to do it there. But at least not easily, right? I mean, with a relay, right? With a relay, it could. Also things we can do there with a relay. So one of the things we could do is this into that, into that. Which that would do it. It would require relays and stream splitting. So yeah. So a bunch of other stuff, really. I have plenty of chips. Plenty of chips. They're available everywhere. I'm not really sure what to get though. What's the best way of dealing with this whole mess? Well, the water over here, right? Good wood two-way trade, I suppose, right? But to what end? To what end, indeed? Is there really no... It's like no easy way of using... I was like, is there a way to get like at least 2 robots into a lab? That would be more interesting. There's no simple way of doing that. That I can't see of. we use this to make ore. Well, you've got that, right? Sort of set up. And, you know, ignore that, but we can, like, relay that. That would work. I think the best thing to do would be to pick up an asteroid. Actually, this would also unlock more asteroids, which is kind of good. Because we have that asteroid tech. We'll grab this for 48. I also want this, right? Quite very much. This is also a good area for asteroids and all that. So this would be area A, but this can only get one. So we can only really get one. So what we do is get this one here. Also makes it prosperous, so sure. So it makes 5 science, right? Not bad. Also science ore somewhere, I suppose. That uses up the ore. And that creates one. I think we might want to get before the end of the year, though. A skill download. Huh. Like, that could also be good. That's the thing, right? There's lots of good techs for us. There's loads of good techs. Skill download, FlexiFab. Yeah, there's lots of stuff. Skill download might actually be good for making more ore, to be honest. If we can afford it. Because it does cost like 25 per. 25 per. There are locations where it would be good. Is the thing. You can get universal miniaturization with it too. The Vittori tech? Can we get the Vittori without getting skill up? Can we get a remnant to prosperous without using the skill up? Well, first let's do that. So that seems kind of a given. So how can we do that? Like, one way of accomplishing that would probably be this, right? It needs one more partner. And a trade. Well, a way to trade would be FlexiFab. That would also be a successful partner, I believe. Because it's a two-way trade. Yeah. It also creates an asteroid worth 96. Not bad either. And now skill up facilities. We also have Spacetime Eversion available and time dilation. I don't know about the former or the latter, right? But those are worth some money. 72 here too. I mean, time dilation isn't all that bad though. Although then probably Eversion's better. Actually, yeah, Eversion is good. Because it allows the creation. Well, let's do skill download, right? We use that to make some more ore, and then we use that ore to make some more things out of. We can always use the ore. That's the beautiful part about this. We've got the microforges to just use as much ore as we'd like. So yeah, I can certainly get, 7 here. Or else can we make some? Well, we can make 1 here too. There we go. Get 60 credits for it too. 9 robots. Get one of these for prosperous. I think that's a good idea. I think we'll invent 3 new technologies. How long does that take? Probably like 2 years. Eversion, miniaturization, stream relay maybe, right? Something like that. Kind of depends on how aggressively we're going for these things. I mean, I can make an ore lab, which gets 5 science. And then universal. So the idea would be to use Spacetime Eversion because it saves so much time on this very short slipways that we're going to build a lot of between microforges and things. So we could build a bunch of pre-build a bunch of microforges with where we want things, right? So we can build one here because we want to make it good here, right? For this world. Okay. Right, that should be an inverted slipway. Because it only costs 9. Well, that makes you prosperous too. Now these long slipways shouldn't be inverted though, but can't get them anyway. We can make another 2-way trade for water. How much do you need? 1 more import or export? I don't think that's a problem. Yeah, 5 imports, right? What we need at that point, although this one's in the way. I mean, it'll be quite easy to make some microchips here, right? The hard part is getting a hold of some food. Although we could maybe infraway that in later. Those are still on the table for the last couple of years. And where else we want to put the microforges? I think there's quite a few locations, right, isn't there? There's also this here that wants to sell some stuff, right? Yeah. This is 18. I don't think I want to invert that. It's a bit too expensive. Oh, there we go. Got an ore producing plant to prosper. Oh, this one, right? Because we gave it another partner. This is now a partner that's successful. We didn't know what to do with the human, though. That's always a good question, right? What do we do with the extra humans? There's quite a few extra humans now. That's okay. And I also want an extra robot. That makes some sense to put that out there. And this also makes some sense to do. And then one more over here too. Like, what's all this going to be? Well, this one's going to be chips. Right? And it's going to send it to the 2 other ones. And this one's going to make a robot for you, and this one's going to make a good for this one. So yeah, they're all useful. I think we'll end up with consuming an asteroid. So we've prepared everything for universal miniaturization. Let's go ahead and we can all do all these things now instantly, right? all these tiny slipways can be averted. Yeah, we should look at that, right? Without spending a single month, made all of that happen. Made us 20 income. It also looks fancy. Is it very good? Not really. Is it fun? Yeah. Microforges are fun. Are they any good? No, not really. Are they fun? Yeah, definitely. Also, just realizing we've obstructed that, unfortunately, so we did it all wrong. So we have to like go all the way back. We need to position them better. We need to position this here. Now it works. And now sort of. No reason not to use. I guess we'll use a normal one here because it's 12. No, I could probably pay the 24. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, okay. That does make money too, right? So yeah, we're making 80 money. Also, there's this one here. Spacetime Eversion. Running yourself out of money. But at the same time, we are making money with this stuff, so... I was making 1 credit. We made this all make more income too, right? So it's almost like it's out of nowhere. Okay. I mean, all right, but I mean, surely, yeah, people as robots as people. We can like, we can make people in microforges. All right, I mean, that's good, right? Isn't it? Oh, that's okay. Let's send a human in there. We can also make an additional robot for you. Well, that's worth. I think I should actually make this colony just for the purposes of now getting this asteroid. And also that. And I guess this too. And that's successful. Alright, so now we got an extra month to do something with. I guess we want to make a microforge in here as well to make you a good. I don't know. I might want to wait, see if we can't get a mission or something. There isn't really much, right? We can get time dilation or machine sentience. Since we got a version anyway, I think we'll get machine sentience first. Look at all those robots going everywhere suddenly. The robots went everywhere. Like, get the spam out of here, please. I have no interested in people that sell. All right. Still got a new task. Got spam bots that sell things, right? Establish a lab studying ore. Yeah, that's the one thing we're not studying yet. We could do that. It's a very easy mission compared to everything else. And the beautiful part about that mission is that maybe we can do another mission if we do it, right? Not really because I want to do it, but okay. So is there any location where we can actually access a couple ore? Because we only need 2 because of our what's the thing? What's its face, right? Well, maybe this. It's out of range. That's the beauty of it, right? How would I put down an ore lab? If we could get food in here, then that works too. Right, I should have maybe done an inverted one. Well, probably scavenge anything useful. Oh, making noise for no good reason. Oh, a free infraway, huh? Well, it's just 30 money. This one 45. 8 science or 48 money basically is the choice. There might be a point to the 8 science with time dilation if it speeds it up by a year. These connections are too expensive to vert. Oh, 16, 22. We'll avert that one. Okay, that's our task complete. Okay, yeah, see, just get a couple worlds to prosperous, right? We can probably get 4 worlds to prosperous. You have a couple remaining, yeah? Can we get 4 worlds to prosperous? There's one here. We could probably become prosperous. Is there anything else? I don't think we have 2 forge roads is the problem. There's one here available. But we'll have a hard time getting to prosperous because it's, you know, disconnected. It could, perhaps, with infraways. We'll have a damn hard time. I might want it to. Like, I might want to have that. Yeah, I guess we're going with relays now. Because remnants... There's one here. And one there, that's it. Yeah, we'll get the forge once the prosperous. You know, there's that. I don't know how valuable it is to get, because we get like, we get this, it's 59. It does make sense, right? We do get infraspace a whole year earlier if I do pick up the 8 signs. And this will probably beat the money. As late as potentially possible, though. It's 97. 105. Right, the more we get, the more valuable all this stuff becomes. Also, infraways are going to be quite good. Like we will be able to, we'll be able to get all this extra resources in everywhere, really, wherever we want them. There's extra chips, extra micro forges, there's extra everything everywhere. So I would imagine they would help in various places. Not necessarily everywhere, but in various places all those extra resources should help us. 30. To save the time, right? Maybe pick this up, because there might be quite a few asteroids here. No. It's mostly planets, as it turns out. Well, not really what we wanted. It's like, is it possible? That's the hard part, isn't it? We can just skill this up still. I'll skill this one up and put it in there. Well, we could skill this up, and that would enable this to make goods. But the thing is, how do we get it to also get another chip? I guess from here, right? There isn't much else we could get a chip from. Oh, it makes another ore. Right. Well, then it's fine, I think. Maybe. Maybe no. It depends. Did I pick up the 57 right now? Have a look at what this is. There is a forge world there with the two... I think I want this forge world. It's got 2 asteroids attached to it. Don't know what I'm gonna make here. Maybe some microchips? Could be. I can use those in Microforges to make other things with, right? We can make like, goods or something out of that. Which would help you, right? Become prosperous. You just need... you need planets to trade with, though. So... there's also that. Which, I guess a relay there would do it, right? We didn't just buy relays, right? So we can do that next year. We could do it now, if I wanted to. 57. And that's an expensive connection. This one's cheap. That doesn't even take any time. Wow. Alright, but what we really should be doing is this, though. What are we making here? It's a hell of a question, isn't it? Well, if you don't know, just make some microchips. Horrifically expensive, but pays for itself because of those. Alright, eversion here and just regular here. Solves that. And then we get infraspace mastery. Alright, let's start fixing this up. So to do that, man, Slipways getting expensive. They are getting expensive. We don't have quite the income for that. Oh, we can support this Harriet though. Although it would go over 40, so might want to wait with it. Man, that went the wrong way. Can't have that. Can't have people going the wrong way. That's a bit too much. And that's the thing with eversion, right? On this difficulty, it's sort of not very good because it It's too expensive, really. Those tiny slipways we should probably still event though. I guess we should maybe just go for something here. Just build the colony. Still got 123 income. We could get stream splitting. First though, let's get the goods fab. Okay, that looks good. Now what? We should be doing, I think, is put that down. Make a tech fab. Too many connections, but not really. And then scale up facility there, right? Before we do that, let's get this one up. What am I gonna make here? I have no clue. Mechanized harvest? I'd have to explore really for that. Are you able to fix that in time? Maybe we don't use this planet at all. We just use this one. Because this one is easier to do, right? With just water extraction and two-way trade done. Huh. Yeah. How's that works? We should add some more asteroids. Add some more money. In that case, might as well use a normal slipway for that. Okay, now what does this thing need? Just one import or export? Are you kidding me? So there are like 2 available? So that connection still. Slipways are expensive. They're very, very expensive here. There's no real way of getting them any less expensive. There's this one too. Should save us some because, you know, it prevents unhappiness. So we have no export here. I'll have some shortages. That's this one, right? I guess we have to skip to the final year. There's no more money to be made. We've got all the tech, but good thing that I grabbed the asteroid making tech, right? Maybe we can get this. Maybe this is an asteroid. It is. Take it. Asteroid's worth 24, right? Have a look over here as well. I don't really see why not. No asteroid for us. Okay, final year. I mean, we could do void synthesis. To be honest, to fix this up, it wouldn't be bad. Is that final tech? Before I get it though, let's see if we can't complete the missions. Maybe we get something for, you know, doing that some way. So we wanted to send you an infraway. Or a relay. This relay will also work. Alright. Or producing world. This one. What does it need or want? A partner. Well, you. The expenses. Before we do that, yeah, let's found this planet actually. 29 for that, 14 for that. You pay the 14. You get 44. That might have been worth it, to be honest, because now that enables me to do what again? This, right? Makes you prosperous. Wait, is what I was missing? I was missing something here. I can't remember what it was. Why are you not? Oh, you also need to send out of water. Well, what do we do now? Does that do work? That does work, but it's too expensive. Ah, yes. Yeah, see. Yes, see, yes. That's quite the conundrum. With no easy... Oh, is there another ore producing world somewhere? No. This is the only one. And it's real close. Well, this needs to use water for something. Yeah, you can't do the mission. We don't have the money for it. That's not entirely untrue, but... Yeah, these slipways, right? We have to pay 250%. Like this is the problem we're dealing with. We sort of resign ourselves to that and try to sort of deal with some of the unemployment we've created. And I was like, we can build infra ways to fix things, right? Not really. Not really. Is that 9? And that helps. Yeah, none of that helps though. We would need an asteroid to be able to do anything there, and we didn't get it, so I think that's GG. Let's unlock one less for what it's worth. Yeah, we just kind of don't get to have enough money. All of this stuff, right, and not enough money. I suppose the problem is that we just get base income, and these just don't give us enough. These are actually losing money. Perhaps we shouldn't have built this lab as much as we did. And still, even if I connect everything in like this, right, these relays actually also cost you money to run, right? These cost 1, these cost 2, everything costs money to run. If you look at our revenues, right, we've got 114 structure upkeep and 210 admin costs. And that really cuts in deep. We get lots of structure exports, yeah, but our structure upkeep is more than our structure exports. So because of all the complicated setup we've done. It was a good run though, but not amazing. It needed some, it's a slight nudge to get this one. But unfortunately, even connecting this up wouldn't have done it, because this one's still not exporting its second water. I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about that, right? I could have put that in here, right? If I had the time, I could like make a mine, connect it in, infraway. Like, if we had one more year, we would be doing it, be able to do it. But not this year. Also, you know, this, if we had some more money this year, we'd have also been able to do it. But we didn't. And there's no way to go back now that I've explored. So, GG. And soon this asteroid. I have no more money. Oh, it's still going to be 21,000 points now. Right. 21,639. Okay, a lack of I feel like structures in general need a bit of a help, right? Like a lot of them are quite expensive. They're quite overpriced. And I don't mean necessarily like relays and things, right? I mean just the regular structures. It's hard to make a lot of money out of microforges. When, like, they really should allow you to make some money at least. Especially when you compare them to something like, you know, like FlexiFab, which is just so much. Same goes with gravitic mining, yeah. That doesn't quite give you enough to make it worth it. And something like brain-machine interface typically gives you more money. Full excavator. We did get a lot of tech. All of it didn't really matter too much in the end, so you couldn't use it. Because all the maintenance costs kind of spiraled out of control.